morning, Gamuja. Let me try that again. Good morning, Gamuja. My name is Duane Clarke, tribal chairman of the Hualapai tribe, and send my greetings along with the tribe chairman and ranking member Pingree. It is good to see you once again, and members of the subcommittee. Thank you once again for the opportunity to testify in support of the $312 million in the Bureau of Indian Affairs fiscal year 27 budget to fulfill the United States obligation under the Hualapai Tribe Water Rights Settlement Act. Our 1 million acre reservation in northwest Arizona is arid. It has no significant surface streams other than the Colorado River and very limited groundwater resources. The tribe's wells are depletable resource, and water levels have been dropping for many years. Historically, we've relied on the groundwater wells. The first serves our primary community of Peach Springs, installed back in 1975. Now, the piping is over 50 years old. It has suffered multiple E. coli contamination events, leaving our community without water for days. The second well is on the east side of the reservation. It provides water to our ranchers, our wildlife, but it is not potable and cannot be used for human consumption. Now, the third well serves our Grand Canyon West, the tribe's economic engine, and one of the largest employers in Mojave County in Arizona. Due to the aquifer depletion, and the well has failed back in 2018. Since then, the water for Grand Canyon West has been hauled by truck to Peach Springs daily, first 15 miles, then pumped another 35 miles to the operation. Now, this is extremely expensive and insufficient, but currently our only option. Because the east side is non-potable to the Grand Canyon West and the well failed, the entire reservation now relies almost exclusively on what the single well in Peach Springs. The one thing failing in the infrastructure and the history of the E. coli contamination. When that well goes down, the reservation has simply no water. The Colorado River forms 108 miles of our boundary, the northwest boundary, but we cannot access it. It is the only feasible long-term solution for our people. That's why back in 2022, with a strong bipartisan support, Congress passed the Hualapai Tribe Water Rights Settlement Act. Now, the act secured 4,000 acre-feet of the Colorado River and authorized $312 million to build the pipeline to deliver the water to the reservation. Even though Congress has not yet appropriated the funding promised in the Settlement Act, the tribe, we've taken on that spirit of the act seriously. Using our own limited resources, we have undertaken significant environmental compliance activities. The obligation of the federal government under the settlement, we have financed these efforts to avoid delays, hoping that the appropriations will soon come to a turn and focus on the building of the water system. But today, the promise of the settlement is in peril. Last year, now the president requested in the funding, and this committee right here included it in your appropriations bill, but it was excluded in the final conference agreement. We received zero funding back in fiscal year 26. Because Congress has not yet appropriated any funding, we now have only 2 fiscal years, 27 and 28, to appropriate all $312 million, with the full amount to be deposited by April 15th, 2029, or the entire settlement becomes void. To date, only $79,000 has been deposited. Now, failure would only devastate our tribe. It would unravel this hard-fought settlement has been negotiated throughout the years. For all the parties in agreement, it would mark the first time in history that the United States has failed to meet its funding obligation under the ratified tribal water settlement. We're asking that the full $312 million this year, because we cannot know what the process will be next year. With only 2 years left, essentially no funding to date, we are coming to a serious close within the next 2 years. With that said, we would find substantial down payment acceptable, and there is a firm, reliable commitment with the appropriations for the remainder of fiscal year 28. And we stand ready to work with you. And like I said last time, please come out and visit us. See what is going on the ground. And once again, thank you. Anke.